I never imagined I'd survive the kind of nights I've lived through. There was a time when my life was nothing more than a silent scream. On the outside, I looked fine, smiling, pretending. But inside, I was drowning in fears and regrets that no one saw. My name is Daniel. I wasn't born into a perfect life, but I was raised with love. My parents were humble farmers who taught me how to pray, how to work hard, and how to forgive. But when my father died unexpectedly when I was 16, something inside me broke. I started blaming God. Why him? Why us? Why now? I stopped praying. I stopped believing. And slowly, I stopped caring. I fell into addiction. Addiction to numbing myself. Social media, secret drinking, and even suicidal thoughts. Darkness became my normal. One night, I reached my lowest. I was alone in a tiny boarding room, drunk and exhausted. I remember looking at my reflection in the mirror and whispering, "God, if you're still there, I'm tired. I don't want to live like this anymore." That was all I said. No fancy prayer, just raw surrender. The next morning, I woke up with a quietness in my heart. Not the usual heavy silence. This one felt peaceful, like someone had been sitting beside me all night while I cried myself to sleep. I couldn't explain it, but I knew something had shifted. That same week, someone invited me to a small Bible group. I didn't want to go, but I went, for the free snacks at least. But it wasn't the food that filled me, it was the word. The people didn't judge me. They didn't even know my story, but they welcomed me like family. The leader read this verse: "If anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has gone, the new is here." 2 Corinthians 5:17. It hit me hard. Was it possible that I could start again? That I didn't have to carry my chains forever? I cried in front of strangers that night, the first time I cried in years. But this time, it wasn't from pain. It was from release. That was the beginning. I wish I and Apos to say everything changed overnight, but it didn't. Some days, I still wrestled with shame and temptation. But now, I wasn't wrestling alone. I started going back to church. I found new friends who spoke life instead of lies. I got accountability. I sought professional help when I needed it. But most importantly, I returned to the arms of the Father I once blamed. Today, I stand on the other side of that darkness. I'm still in process. I am free. Free not because I got stronger, but because I finally let God in. I now serve in a youth ministry, mentoring young men who are battling their own nights. I tell them, you don't need to clean yourself up before coming to God. You come broken, and He's the one who heals. My story is not about how I found strength, it's about how grace found me. So if you're listening or reading this and feel like you and Apos, Rabion saving, let me tell you, the night will not win. Not when Jesus walks in. Because when you truly encounter Him, you don't just become better, you become new.